What is up, guys, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk about the latest and the biggest transfer news and confirmed transfers. So let's start off with Chelsea. So Chelsea is apparently connected with Nainggolan, which I think is a very good transfer for Chelsea, since Chelsea do need some kind of centre mid stuff in case Matic leaves, and there's some news that Fabregas may go to somewhere else as well. Koulibaly. Now Napoli is constantly suing the other transfer rumors, the websites, for telling that Koulibaly might go to Chelsea, which I have no idea what it is about, but I think Napoli is just trying to increase Koulibaly's market value. So, for Chelsea, it would be a good signing if they could get Koulibaly. Like, he's a very solid centre back, and that is exactly what Chelsea needs. And next is Morata, who obviously scored two in the latest Spain Euros game. And Morata, I think he only did score 7 goals in Serie A last season, but for me, I think he's a very good player. Very good player. And then the next is Manchester United, and they are connected with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which has been going on for a long time. I thought it was gonna go official before the start of Euros, but it hasn't. So I think the confirmed transfer will be after the Euros. If Man United do sign him, like Zlatan's not doing too well in Euros, but Man, you still need to sign him. Like, I think Zlatan's going to do more than decent for United there. And then Matic. Now Mourinho was the one who brought Matic to Chelsea, so I guess Mourinho might sell Mata and bring in Matic, even though they're two very different midfielders. I think that is going to happen. Mata is going to leave, like how he left in Chelsea, and then Mourinho's going to bring in Matic. Next player is Neymar, but if they don't, they'll probably sign like Draxler or something. That's probably going to be the case. They're not going to sign Neymar, but I put him in anyway because he was in the transfer. But at the end of the day, Manchester United is connected with so many different players. Here is the squad that I built with all the transfer rumors I found with Manchester United. As you can see, this is an amazing squad. This is the only squad that you'll find in FIFA. It is extremely unrealistic, but Man United is connected with so many players, which means that, I don't know, some of these could happen, some of these can't. Maybe they're not going to sign any of them. That could happen, but who knows? Now let's move on to Manchester City, and they're connected with Aubameyang. Very fast player. Can we see the EPL sweat, Aubameyang and Aguero with the link? Maybe. I see a good chance of that happening. Next player is going to be Sane from Bundesliga as well, and I think that's Bundesliga players are going to go to Manchester City because of Pep Guardiola's influence of him in Bayern. And then the next player is going to be Nolito, who's going to be really good signing for Manchester City if they do manage to sign him, because Sterling's doing very poor at City and for England in the Euros as well. I don't know why Hodgson is keep using Sterling's, because he just shouldn't play for them. He's just not in form. He's just not. Now we're gonna moving on to Arsenal, where first play we're gonna talk about Mkhitaryan. So Mkhitaryan is connected with various EPL clubs such as Manchester City, Manchester United, and also Arsenal. But I see Mkhitaryan's highest possibility is going to go to Arsenal, since, well, Manchester City already got like De Bruyne and Silva, but Arsenal really needs a right mid, and if Arsenal doesn't sign Mkhitaryan, they're probably going to try to sign Mahrez. But moving on, we have got Vardy. So Vardy, it looked like Vardy was going to go to Arsenal just a few weeks ago, but now it looks like his possibility of going is very much lower. But I still put him in because I still see a little chance that Vardy may go to Arsenal, because Arsenal really do need a striker other than Giroud. So, I think Vardy would be a good signing if Arsenal does manage to sign him. Now, the next player is going to be Kante, and he's also connected with Chelsea and PSG as well. But I think Arsenal is good to sign him because, well, Kante, even though he could go to PSG, there's a lot of competition. There's like Matuidi, there's Verratti, there's too much competition for Kante, even though Kante is a very good player. The next team we're going to be talking about is Tottenham Hotspur. So the first player I think they're going to sign is Wanyama. So Wanyama also, I've heard a lot of transfer rumors about. He's also connected with Manchester United, which has been happening for a very long time, starting from like 2 seasons ago. But I think it's time for Wanyama to finally leave Southampton and then move on to some bigger clubs. And I think Tottenham would be a very good choice for Wanyama, even though there is Eric Dyer, which can be a big competition since Dyer is doing extremely well for England. But the next player is going to be Embolo, who Tottenham really, really needs a second striker other than Kane, because if Kane gets injured or he's just out of form, Tottenham just needs that striker, and then they don't have any striker, which is a problem. And I think Embolo or Besuashi would be a very good signing for Tottenham. Like, they're not completely world class, but they would do a job. When Harry Kane gets injured or out of form, they would make a very good replacement for Harry Kane. We have got Liverpool. Now, starting with the left wing, Buffal is an amazing player. He played very good for Lille in League One last season, and then I think it would be a very good signing in case the replacement for Coutinho, or Coutinho may go attacking midfielder and Buffal can go out on the wing. Next play is gonna be Higuain. Now, Sturridge is an amazing player. He's scoring some goals in Euros. He had made that important impact when he actually managed to come back from injury. But Liverpool, you always gotta be worried about Sturridge and him getting injured, and then you always gotta prepare in case Sturridge gets injured. Even though they got Origi, they need better play. Someone like Higuain would be amazing. Apparently, some news say that Klopp was watching Higuain play in the Copa America, and he did score 2 goals in the game with Argentina and someone in the quarterfinals. But moving on, Mane. Now, I've heard a lot of rumors about Mane as well, and apparently a swap deal is going to happen with Southampton. So Ibe is going to go to Southampton, while Liverpool probably will pay more cash and then also bring in Mane. Now, next up, we are going to be talking about some confirmed transfers, starting with Bailey, the centre back, the Mourinho's first signing, and no one was expecting it. Even I wasn't expecting. I was expecting some, high class players, top class players, but Bailey, someone that no one expected. I think that is what Mourinho is going for. That Man United is just not going to try to sign top players. They're going to try to build up the team. Moving on to the next player is Xhaka. I think it's a very good signing for Arsenal. Like how they managed to sign Xhaka, because he's a very solid midfielder who played for Mönchengladbach before he played for Arsenal. And then I think he's going to fit in the squad very nicely for Wenger's side. And then the next player is going to be Gundogan. Now, I'll be honest, Gundogan has been injured a lot last season due to his back injury or neck. I'm pretty sure it's back injury. But the only thing I remember from him is the penalty he scored against Bayern in the Champions League final. But other than that, I've heard that he's a very good player, and then, there was a lot of news that they were going to sign him, and Manchester City did manage to sign him at the end. And I think it's a decent transfer, considering that Manchester City do need a higher class midfielders. Now, moving on to the next place, Feghouli for a free transfer to West Ham, and I always think that West Ham makes very, very good signings. And if Payet does stay next season, Payet and Feghouli would be just deadly. And if Antonio does play wing, he sometimes plays right back, but who knows, he may be playing on the wing this time. But if that happens, then I think it's West Ham's just going to be very lethal next season, and I'm really excited how West Ham's going to do as well. The next player is Karius, and he went to Liverpool. Apparently, he played really well for Mainz last season, and I think it's a very good signing for Liverpool once again. Mignolet made too many mistakes for a goalkeeper, and Karius is just going to be the player that, neatens out the defense, if that makes any sense. The next player, speaking of goalkeepers, another goalkeeper, Robert Zilla. Now, for this one, I wasn't really expecting this one as well for Leicester City. Zilla obviously is one of the best German keepers, even though he is a little bit out of the spotlight because of other German keepers who is better than him, like Ter Stegen, Neuer. There's too many players that I can't even name all of them. And then Zilla is just there. And the Hanover did get relegated, I think. They did get relegated. And then, Zilla, I think, he went to leave Hanover. I think Leicester would be a good choice for Zilla as well. And Leicester did make a, player that could replace Schmeichel in the Champions League or the Cup games. So I think it's a decent signing. But this will be it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and goodbye.